Hello and welcome to Free Cheese episode 316. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Mark Augustiniak.
What's up?
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Cue Glass Breaking Part 2.
316?
316. How you guys doing? Just blank stares. Like I hit a fucking deer again.
I am beaten, like, I'm sore physically and mentally.
Oh boy. And mentally.
Yeah.
Somebody,
I'm just, I blue screen and I'm in recovery mode right now.
They call you a clown over and over again?
Feels like it. No, I did the Savage Race over the weekend, and, boy, I knew I wasn't going to be prepared for it, but boy, I was not prepared for it.
This is similar or unsimilar to what you've done before?
This is nothing I've ever done before.
This is like one of those Spartan races things where it's basically Ninja Warrior in the mud?
More or less. Definitely more mud than anything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hills.
Mm-hmm.
Crawling under barbed wire a lot. Climbing things. I think the worst of it was getting into a extremely arctic cold tub of water, like a pool, and you had to dunk your head under to get under this plank and get out, and like my whole body like went into shock for like a good minute or two. Like I couldn't breathe because of the pressure of everything, of how cold it was. Like that's like, I'm not exaggerating of how cold this is. This is
ice water.
This is like freezing your organs cold. Like you need to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
That's what it was, and like I couldn't feel my thighs for a bit.
Holy shit.
I had to carry a plank of wood through some mud and under barbed wire. I jumped off some, I forgot how high up I was, maybe like 15 to 20 feet up. Jumped off into like a 14-foot deep pool or whatever, and that like hurt my ear for a bit. I'm still recovering from that.
Now you keep saying had to, as if...
I mean, you could.
This was a I just want to...
Okay, so you can walk around and avoid these obstacles, but why would I do that?
But I mean, in general, like, no one for it. You signed up, you knew.
I paid for it. I'm going to get my money's worth. Whether it's in pain or pleasure.
Would you do it again?
No.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that.
Did you get a shirt? Like, what do they give you?
So, at the end,
A pat on the back and a tour overseas.
Hey, y'all, we're having cider over here.
So, like, at the end, there was, like, this one final obstacle to do, and I'm already, like, fatiguing at this point, because this is, like, almost 11K, so this is about 6.5 miles worth that I've done. 28 obstacles, I did about 23 out of those. Some that I just like, did halfway and failed them. They're like, oh, go back and do it again. I just, like, threw my hand at them and just kept walking. I was like, I'll roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Take an L.
Do they make you do... The guy at work did one, and he said that, like, if you don't do something, then they make you do some bullshit, like a bunch of push-ups or something.
No.
Like, yeah, fuck you.
No. I think the guy was just trying to be, like, supportive. Like, no, you should go do it again.
One of those
and I was
guys.
like, I don't give a fuck. No, that was my attitude at the end.
Wearing a Henley.
and my brother tried helping me with the last part. I was, like, swinging with things, but I didn't want his help. So that kind of threw off the whole groove of it, and I just walked the rest to the finish line. I was just like, I don't care. And like the lady went to go put a medal on me, like, and I just took it from her hand. Ooh. And then I just kept going. I wasn't like, I didn't snatch it.
I know what you mean.
I was just like, just give
yeah,
it.
no, I just want to go.
And I walked through the final 10. They're like, congratulations, get a free shirt. And I didn't stop. I just kept walking.
You didn't get your free shirt?
I did not go back for the shirt. I grabbed a bottle of water.
Hat. Yeah, hat. Come on.
So my mom wanted the shirt. So I gave her my medal. I was like, just go in there and grab it. But my brother went there and grabbed the shirt for her. So she got the free shirt.
Did she do the run?
No, she spectated. They have a little part where you can like kind of walk along a little path and see some of the obstacles.
That's where I would have been at if I was there.
Specimen.
There was one that I was proud of that I did towards the end where it was
where they turn the lights off and they play crawling in the dark, and
this is all outside in some farm area. So there was a lot of shotgun shells in the woods, and like fun. Those plates that you shoot.
Oh, the what do you call them?
And like pool and
yeah.
Those, like, I actually saw the machine for it.
Clay pigeons.
Clay pigeons might be.
I think that might be the term for those discs.
Yeah.
But I think skeet shooting is the sport.
I I mean, I was by
Is it?
cornfield,
Now I'm
so
questioning myself.
I'm on it.
I guess Mario and Sonic the Olympics will tell me
Yeah.
what's right.
Yes,
Um,
damn right. Will.
but there was like these monkey bars that went up. You had to keep climbing up to like a point and then climb yourself back down. I thought I wasn't gonna make it with that one because if you fall, it's like you're in water again. But yeah, I actually did it. I was proud of myself with that. But yeah, my ears getting a little better. My chest hurts, my arms hurt, my leg joints hurt, and my shoulders are sunburnt. But yeah, that's me. Just kind of down for the count right now.
This was your last big one of the year, right?
Oh yeah, probably for the rest of my life.
You like doing like the color run stuff, right? Like the
Color run's cool when a kid's not throwing dust in your eyes.
What if it was gold dust? Throwing gold dust in your eyes.
I would be even more triggered probably. I would probably do like another flat pace, like 5K, something tame. Maybe a zombie run at the most extreme.
Yeah.
Because that's just like flag football basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that. Nah, I gotta be in more shape for that. Not American Gladiator.
Matt, did you get into shape on your little day trip?
No, I sat on the beach and did absolutely nothing.
That's what I should have done.
Kiss that beach goodbye, boy.
That's actually really nice on Saturday. It's nice and hot.
No.
Nice and hot. Yeah, I went to the beach for a little bit over the weekend. Chased out Dorian. Got to see my first ever minor league baseball game.
You ever went to an Ironbirds game?
No.
Oh man.
No. Because I know deep down that these players, they're never going to make it.
It's never about the play. You just go there to hang out, eat a hot dog. I thought that'd be right up your alley, you know?
No. I'd rather go to Bowie.
Bowie.
Another minor league team. But like actually 3 scales above in terms of competition.
Oh, I don't know, man. I went in high school. It's been
Aberdeen is
15 years.
So there is the show, AAA, AA, 2 levels of single A, high and low, and then your short league, and that's where Aberdeen is. Short summer
the
league.
show.
Wait, there's 2.
Is that what MLB's called? The show? Is that
It's
why
it's
MLB
considered like you've made it to the show,
Get away.
ladies and gentlemen?
There's 2 single A's.
There's a high and a low A.
They don't call it capital and lowercase.
No.
Ah, that'd be smart.
Marketing.
Marketing. That's right.
Speaking of marketing, dude, stadium, $6 big beer night, 32-ounce Coors or Miller Lights for $6.
Wait, is it in like a?
That's expensive for water.
Is it in a glass mug?
No, just big ass plastic cup.
So you can carry your Dota water bottle up and just say, "Beer me, please."
No, couldn't do that. But got 3 of those boys during the game.
3 32-ounce?
Yeah.
Well, you're drinking fucking piss at that point. So
I instantly regret it halfway through the 3rd one. We did see free baseball. I went to the 10th inning.
So you had 96 liters.
We're not going to talk about it.
Cold ounces. Which, just because I know Ben is asking, which side of the fence did
Miller
you...
Lite.
Ooh.
So there is piss water, and then there is less piss water, and I went with the less piss water.
Cool. Well, thank you for having Ben unsubscribe to the podcast now.
Look, if the fucking keys were there, maybe I would indulge,
He's
but
all about them, the cold Rocky Mountain taste.
I wasn't there for the cold
Actually,
Rocky
years
Mountain.
ago, what was it? No, he's a Bud. I don't know. Ben drinks light beer. Bud Light is kind of the go-to.
Dilly.
I feel like if it had to be between the two, it'd be the cool rocky taste of a Crystal Head.
We need a top 5.
Yeah.
Look, I will play by his rules come his wedding.
There you go.
Okay.
Speaking of weddings, I saw It Chapter 2 today, and I talked to my brother afterwards, and I was like, "Yeah, so I went to the movies." And he was like, "Oh, man, did I ever tell you about that time I was fucking with that kid in the sewers?" And I was like, "Huh?" He proceeds to tell me that he was at work one day, and they had to do a thing where he had to, like, route this sewer for some reason. And if he's telling me the story, and I'm, like, kind of laughing, but not really. I thought he was talking about somebody he worked with, that he was, like, fucking with him. He was like, no. It was a little kid. He's like, I literally did the Pennywise thing. I saw a little kid playing and was like, "Hiya, Georgie." And the kid came over, and I was calling to him, and he ran away to get his friend and brought his friend back. And he was like, listen, he's down there. Hey. And he's like, I just shut up. I was quiet until the other kid went away. And then I was like, don't you fucking tell me. Dead. Fucking dead, man.
Oh, man.
That's my review of It Chapter 2.
How long is that movie?
Dude, I got there, I think, yesterday, and then I just got home like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. It's
no.
like 2:40, isn't it?
That sounds about right. Our movie time was 11:40, and we were walking out at 2:49. So
That sounds about right.
with previews and all that. Cool Birds of Prey preview though. I already saw it was on Twitter last week, but
I missed it.
Are you going to see It Chapter 2?
Actually, I saw it today.
Well, didn't you saw the thing already?
Not at East Point.
What?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're down by East Point? What up? Welcome to my backyard.
Yeah.
Because it was like all the previews played, and then lights went down, and it was coming in, and instead of it starting the movie, it does this.
When you're at the Walmart cinema, they can't afford all the best trailers.
I thought it was just like in front of
No.
it. Like
I
it.
actually really like that theater now, by the way.
All right, well, then I'm going to spoil this a little bit. Because what they did was...
The
Wait,
theater
you're
part.
spoiling It or Birds?
No, Birds.
All right.
Just the trailer. It's a 30-second trailer. It starts off, and you start seeing... You see the Warner Brothers logo. You see the DC Comics logo in, like, gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you see balloons pass in front of it. And then Harley Quinn pops a bunch of the balloons with her hammer and says, I'm so sick of fucking clowns. And then it does all this, like, quick jump cut flash footage of all these people while playing a remixed version of Heads Will Roll.
Isn't she a clown?
TBD. Find out in February 2020. In a theater near you.
It's coming that soon.
February.
I like the theater part of that place, but the rest of it needs to get on board. They need to get on Fandango so I can just order my tickets through that instead of printing out a ticket. When I hand it to the millennials, they're like, they don't say, damn, like they've never seen paper before.
You know we're millennials, right?
All right, Zoomers.
Is that what they're calling them?
I guess.
Gross.
Whatever, I'll call them that. It's fine. It's just I thought that was hilarious. Like, never seen a printed out ticket before.
Yeah, there's a couple things gonna be lost on those kids. You know what I mean?
That's like there's people that they don't know.
They have
what paper is.
They have a weird setup too with the box office because when
it's like the
down,
concession stand, and I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's not the greatest setup there. And I need a bar to catch up to modern times.
And then when I tried printing from my phone, it printed just the website with a cutoff barcode. I had to go to my email and print that one.
Here's my least favorite thing about modern movie going. People still sitting in your fucking seat when it's goddamn assigned seat. We walk in, there's two fucking high school girls sitting. I was like, hey, you're in my seats. And you got to fucking sit there and wait while they move all their shit because they've been settled in. And they move to the seats right next to us. I'm like,
and like all the blue lights in the theater were bothering me.
Blue lights?
Yeah, like all the seat numbers and everything. And like the little thing that adjusts your
blue.
seat. Like I just had blue lights shining on me from my sides, and that reminds me of home because my speakers to my computer have a blue light, and whenever I turn everything off, that's just like blinding me. So
that's good then.
I have to like put tape over it.
Oh, well, bring your tape to the theater, Mark.
Yeah,
save
the entire row.
Yeah,
duh.
I mean, that's one option.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a long movie.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it next weekend.
I
still need to see the first one.
I think I went to pee literally as we were walking into the theater. Or like carrying our popcorn and shit. I was like, I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then I peed twice during the movie, and I was like, holy shit, it's happening. Enough of my pee schedule. Let's talk about video games. We had a Nintendo Direct this week. More on that later. But a lot of fun stuff came out of that, including a little bit of what I played. But what did you guys play this week, Mark?
I guess speaking of Direct, there was a shadow drop for a free-to-start game called Super Kirby Clash.
I downloaded it, but I didn't launch it at all.
It's what you expect. From what I remember, I'm pretty sure this was on the 3DS first. I think it had a different name.
Okay, so this is that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forget what it was called on 3DS. I mean, it
looks like the Switch Kirby too.
Yeah.
I'm sure it uses the same like.
But
whatever.
Is it like a boss rush kind of thing?
So yeah, you have a main little town, and you just constantly upgrade your Kirby's, or more so, you're just buying the equipment for whatever class you want to be, and then for the bosses, it's just a big old grind session, and like there's different objectives you can clear to get more like currency, which I think is like berries, and you can use that to upgrade everything with your stats and whatnot. Or instead of having AI Kirby's, you can have friends join in or rando other players or versions of them and their computers. I don't know, like you upload your stats and people can download that or something. I don't know.
It's like a Forza thing where like
Drivatar? You got a Kirbitar?
I think that's an option.
Interesting.
Because I had some weird Kirby's that were like they were named weird, but they weren't real players. So I don't know what that was. Maybe it was just a tutorial thing. Like maybe
Are they the ones that were named like in the direct where it was showing like Clarissa and Jermaine?
But their names were like they had Kirby in the name.
Oh, okay.
Or it'd be like Crazy Sword or like Silly Mage or something. It was like stuff like that. So it felt very placeholder.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Just like the whole Nintendo Online system.
It's coming together.
Yeah,
A
slowly.
little bit of duct tape.
But I mean, I grinded a little bit into it. I see the appeal, but at the same time, it's asking a lot because like a phone game, you have energy.
I was gonna ask, what is the free to start thing?
And like
that was
it's just to speed up the process of everything.
And
like,
there's no here's $40. Give me a.
No, I mean you're not capped. You don't have to like pay to continue, but the more you do missions and stuff, the more it's actually going to cost the in-game currency to continue. So like if you want to unlock a boss fight, that's gonna the most of the tutorial has been free, but until this point, to continue the quote story, you would have to pay like, oh, this costs 1 berry to unlock. Okay, you want to do this fight? Well, that's going to cost you 5 berries to do this fight.
And how do you get berries? Money? Real money?
That's the biggest option. And you have different packs you can get of like amounts.
Or
$80 equals 200 berries.
Or you just keep grinding the same old stuff and just get it slowly.
I don't like that.
Yeah. So, because I thought level 10 was the cap.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm like almost there. I'll just keep going. And then I saw that I unlocked a new ranking to go up to level 20. I'm like, I'm not in it for the long game here.
Yeah, I'm just going to uninstall.
Yeah.
Not even going to bother with it.
But like I was just a hammer Kirby.
Yeah.
And I just had to charge up like maybe 2 or 3 times because it's like D2D style, just big ol' uppercut with it.
Here's what I will say about Kirby games and HAL Laboratories. I enjoy that they just make whatever they want to make. It's like you never know what you're going to get with a Kirby game. It's their like testing grounds for things that sometimes turns into other things like Box Boy.
Yeah.
But you know,
this isn't one of their strongest.
Yeah.
I don't really recommend it.
There's
It's fun to try out, but I would not pay money for it.
There's systems that make it into Nintendo games every once in a while where you can really see through to where it was like a test bed for other things, right? Like,
I mean, I would rather play this than Triforce Heroes. So that's something.
That says something.
Yeah.
Because that is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, because at least with this, I have AI who can handle themselves. I don't have to be each one.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's pretty much it for that one. It's very mobile. Yeah, it has that stigma to it. Got into Astral Chain.
Yes.
So I don't think I played this last time. I was deciding what I wanted to do.
You were in the air between that Control and
Man of Medan.
Yes.
Which I still kind of want to do, but I think Control would be next.
Yeah. How do you like Astral Chain?
I like it. It was a little interesting to get used to at first. But like you said about those tutorials, that was definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
It's not painstaking. It's not annoying. It does it in just the right amount of time.
Yeah.
They keep it short and sweet. Kind of makes you understand everything so much better. The combat isn't as complex as it seems. Like once you get it down, you just got to look for the cues to know how to a lot of it is the flashiness. It kind of does for you.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that looks the best is really you're just setting it up and letting it do itself.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get too far. I think I am on. I don't know what file I'm on. I think 2.
Okay.
And it's like you start off in like some alley. because it just got to the part where after all the tutorial stuff where it's like you got to get all the legions.
Right.
Just started that, but I haven't played it since that point.
Well, I didn't want to. You texted me that combat finally made sense, and I didn't want to say this because it would have sounded condescending through text message. But it's kind of like that fucking, what was that, Real World, or what was the old you think you know you but you have no idea? Is that MTV Cribs?
What?
One of those. I don't know. There was one of those dumb shows on MTV. Somebody listening knows what I'm talking about. Write in and tell me what show it is.
Next.
No, it's like you think you know, but you have no idea.
Oh, like whatever show has that slogan?
Yeah.
You think you know, but you don't know?
You don't have to bing it. Anyway.
Well, I'm not binging it. So.
Well, you should be. It was that thing, because I had the same realization where you're like, oh, I get it now. And then I would say every like 3 files, something, like you just keep getting better and better at it.
Diary.
The fuck was that? I watched that?
That sounds familiar.
Diary is an American documentary television series that premiered on February 16, 2001 on MTV. The show's opening titles begin with the slogan, "You think you know, but you have no idea."
I guess I watched a lot of it.
I remember this kind of.
Some of the celebrities featured include JC,
Okay,
Aaliyah,
what celebrities?
Jennifer Lopez, Alicia Keys, Beyonce Knowles, Kelly Rowland, Marilyn Manson, Bow Wow, Avril Lavigne, Brandy, Britney Spears,
I
Christina
remember
Aguilera,
Marilyn Manson.
China.
I feel like I remember the China one.
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Oh.
Huh.
Anyway, that was kind of how I felt, like, because I kept having these like revelations as I played through more and more. Like, as you get further down the Legion upgrade tree, you get more Legions because there's 5 in total. There's something that just kind of clicks at a certain point, and I kept having a thing where I went back to myself in the past, and I was like, you don't know what you're doing yet. But you kind of keep getting it. But it's all iterative. Like, you can totally feel that this is, because this is the same director as Nier Automata. You can feel that it's built on the core of that and then expounded upon.
Because like when I first had the Legion, sending them out, I just kept spamming ZL
Yep.
and just kept launching them, and I was just burning through the energy, and I was like, oh, you just kind of let him kind of do his thing. You have to pay attention to your character, and then when a little glowy signals pop up, that's when you hit ZL, and it does the nice flashy chain thing. Story, it's actually interesting. It's not like the deepest thing, I know that, but it's very like cookie cutter anime. I mean, even with that intro, it felt like
that intro.
It
so
feels
good.
like, and they have a whole mode where you can just watch the story, so they clearly care to some point about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where it's like, yeah, it's like playing an anime, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's like that nice kind of generic.
It is, and then
I'm waiting for a twist to happen that I'm like kind of not expecting, but maybe like towards the very end, you know?
So I'm there. I think I beat what I thought was going to be a final boss, and I still have several chapters left, so it seems. And it is that kind of thing where you kind of like, you know what it is, and you know where the twists are going to be, and you're like, yep, got it. But there are surprises along the way. There's things I didn't expect. There's mission types that I didn't expect. It's been really good. I think it's a really, really, really good game. It's really long too. Like I think I'm over 20 hours at this point, or just knocking on the door of it.
That sounds like a pretty good.
And I still at least have 3. I can see, like, in the files, it's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 like question marks that are very clearly like, you know, complete file number whatever.
Okay.
And right after we recorded last week, and I played more of that game, the next few missions I did were super like in depth, like and maybe the first were like this, but I just wasn't exploring them to the fullest, that I could. But they were a lot of like side missions you can go find, and they're all of different importance. Like there's main mission you do, then there's the blue dots, there's the yellow whatever, and there's the red squares. Like they're all,
and there's like, and you have to keep like going back, it seems.
Yeah,
once you like unlock newer things, and it's like, oh, all right, you can't dig here because you need the beast. All right, well, when you get the beast, come back.
Yeah, and there's a couple of those, and there's also stuff that like I feel like I just wasn't good at the combat the way that I could have been to get like higher ranks, you know what I mean? So going back through it would let you get high. I don't know that I'm going to go chase it down, but it's certainly one of those things where like I'll have an itch for Bayonetta,
Mm.
and then I'll fire that up and just pick a chapter, run through, and just, murder. And I think this could be fun for that. Still wish there was a voice to the protagonist. That is kind of where...
Oh, yeah. Because, I told you off here, but I found out that, like, no matter who you pick, your other twin is always going to be named
Akira.
Yeah. And they'll do the talking.
It's because there's parts where as you're fighting, you will hear your character go like, Legion, go. It's like...
Yeah, just very... or like hear a grunt here and there. Like, there is a voice.
Yeah, and knowing that there's a whole voice to the character,
Yeah. I guess they try to cut some corners with it. And, like, I kind of see that with, like, even with, like, the customization. Like, it's not... It doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of options. It's just more, like, color palettes more than anything.
You get a lot of color palettes, though.
Yeah.
And you do get... I think you find new hair choices in the world. You find...
Okay.
A lot of clothing items.
Hair choices, I thought they used everything because, like, almost everyone in your station has those ones that, like, you probably didn't pick. Just in different colors.
Maybe you don't get a hair. I feel like I definitely saw like hair pop up at some point. You do get a shit ton of color palettes, and you get all these. You get accessories for ears, face, head, body, legs.
I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but not story wise. I did see like, oh, there's this one outfit that's like all question marks, and it's like you don't have that unlocked yet. And I like, after I had the tour of the station, I'm like, I know what it is.
Oh, to wear it full time? Yeah.
Did you get it?
And now I don't have it yet.
Okay.
But there is a mission where you have to wear it.
That's
so,
great.
and I was hoping that afterwards you'd get it right away, but I guess not.
Huh.
That was one of the surprising things too. Is
or maybe that's what I saw and got it confused. I don't know.
No, but I had the same thought. I feel like you will get it at some point. Maybe after you beat the game. Okay. There's weird mini games in there too. So there's like a side mission where you meet. The city's been attacked and all these cars are piled up. So there's a mini game that's basically like one of those block puzzles where you have to move a block up so that you can move another one down. You have to like clear a lane for it to get through, and you're using your Magnus Legion to grab it with its arms and move these cars through the traffic. But there's like several stages of this mini game that you can go back and play through. And
nice.
So I enjoy that the side missions are these weird little other things that they're exploring. It's not just hey, can you go pick up 5 of these things? There's one that I walked away from. I know you're gonna just do it until you do it perfectly, and it's gonna drive you fucking crazy.
Probably.
You have to get ice cream, and you don't have. It's a totally optional side mission. But there's a little girl who's sad because she dropped her ice cream. So you see, there's this ice cream parlor in the center of the city. So you go down and you go buy an ice cream cone, and you can buy a single cone. You can buy like a triple dipper, or you can buy one that costs like $1,000.
What?
Because it's like $1, $100, $1,000. I might be wrong, but there's values. But it was a big jump, and I was like, fuck it, I'm stacked. If not, I'll just go sell some broken sunglasses. Is it like
a cartoon ice cream where it's just a mountain?
It is a mountain. It's Scooby-Doo, Shaggy style, and you have to walk it back to the little girl, all the way back up the thing.
Jeez.
The way they do it is you walk, and you use your right stick to kind of balance your arm, but then you also have to use the motion of the controller you're holding to like tilt balance.
Oh my god.
It's like that Uncharted log balance mini game all over again, but way more precise because how far controller technology's come, and you're just, it sucks. It sucks.
Great.
And then as you're doing it,
digging at the 6 axis.
But as you're doing it, people are like bumping into you, and you have to like adjust for that. There's one where this dude just sprints down the stairs, like, because you finally get to I was letting it was just all this ice cream hitting the ground, and I was like, well, fuck it, as long as I get up there with one lop, she'll be happy. And I have like half my stack left, and this dude just comes sprinting down, knocks the whole fucking cone out of my hand. I was like, you
That's pretty good.
But I know that you'll text me at 3 a.m. one night, just
Well, I hope not. If I do, it's going to be probably like out of anger. Just
but I bet if you do it, you probably get some special item for giving the little girl the biggest ice cream cone possible without losing you know what I mean?
And that's actually beating the game. Not forget the story.
Exactly. Yeah, you can stop at that.
It's just that.
Did you try the Daemon X Machina demo? Speaking of stuff from the Nintendo Direct.
No.
All right. I didn't either.
I forgot that was available.
I haven't installed, but
I've been re-downloading everything because I ordered that.
Oh, you got the card? Yeah.
Yeah. Internet was kind of spotty with my Switch for some reason, and it's just been taking a little longer. But I think I have almost everything that I have re-downloaded.
Nice.
Just got some of the bigger games left to get.
Yeah. Did you transfer the stuff from your old SD card over?
I didn't know how to exactly. I mean, everything's backed up to a cloud, but
you can do it on computer. You pop the thing in.
Then I'm SOL.
Because you don't have your.
No, I mean, I don't take my laptop home from work all the time. I just leave it at work.
Yeah, but you drag the folder.
That would have been easier.
Yeah.
That probably would have been 10 times easier.
Yeah.
But no, I'm almost done. Wouldn't be me if I didn't do it the hard way.
Did you get into anything else this week?
Not as much as that. Not as much as that. I almost forgot about it, and we talked about it for recording. It was Code Vein.
Oh yeah, the demo for that came out.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No.
No. I went back because I played it like for 5 minutes when you guys were here and made a character, and then stopped, and then I went back after seeing you play it, and I was like, I don't think I don't like it. I think I'm just not in the mood for it.
Yeah, I mean, it tries to be a Souls game, and rightfully so, I guess. Since it's also from Bamco.
Yeah.
But I like to call them Banime because I think they don't like it when they get known for only making anime games, but that's pretty much all they make is anime games.
It's a lot of anime games. And this is basically just anime Dark Souls, but you're a vampire, which is cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood everywhere.
Some dystopian thing. You're kind of...
Oh, the story.
Amnesia.
Right over my... Yeah, I have no idea.
Apparently, like, you are the quote, vein. You're just this little group of survivors.
Okay.
And you need this blood, some special kind of blood, to get your memories back or whatever.
Makes sense.
So yeah, everything's riddled with creatures everywhere. Yeah, it's a faster paced Dark Souls. But boy, that character creator.
It's a lot.
That there's a lot in, not so much with the body, because you can't like customize each arm, like, you know, like terms of like muscle mass and whatnot. It's like whole body, you change the whole thing at once. Right. But like accessories and whatnot, and talk about color palettes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's like 50 shades of black.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as it should be.
But I couldn't tell you which one was darker than the other.
The black is blacker than the black.
Yeah. I mean, that part was fun. That's all I really cared about doing more than anything.
That was me too. I mean, dude, that's why I downloaded Monster Hunter when it hit Game Pass, just so I could do the character creator. Jumped in the first mission. I was like, yeah, this sucks. Bye.
I did like being the ranger though.
That was the one that had the bayonet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
you can just attack with and that's what builds up your ammo.
Yeah.
And then you can do a normal rapid shot or a charge shot within whatever, and just rinse, lather, repeat.
I think that game could scratch a soul's itch if you got it.
Mm.
But I'm not feeling.
But like the rest of that world, I'm just not invested in.
Yeah, no.
So it's a fun demo.
I'd rather go back to Let It Die.
Yeah, maybe. That's a better aesthetic.
Yeah. That's nothing but aesthetic.
That's pretty much it.
Well, I'll wrap up real quick. The only other thing I played was the Super. I mean, I played Banjo. You know what I mean? I tried them out and stuff. But the only thing I really spent some time with was Super Nintendo Entertainment System Switch Online Classics. I don't know what the nomenclature is.
I'm never gonna say all that.
No, I played Super Nintendo games on my Switch.
I dabbled, but
I jumped in. I did the first cup in F-Zero, which is the furthest I've ever gotten. I've always tried that game, and I do like the first race, and I'm like, I'm not good at this. I got good somehow. I don't know what happened. But
it feels better to play on there.
Yeah, it was good. And that 8-bit do controller, man. Until those SNES controllers are available to purchase, which maybe they are now. I've been refreshing that page every day. Yeah, pretty good.
I saw the fine print for that like shipping for those controls don't go out until like the 18th.
Yeah.
So
But I figured pre-order would happen quickly. But yeah, I did that. I did the first chunk of the map in Super Mario World, and I was like, this is cool. But I like that there's Demon's Crest. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to probably stick around with that. It's like kind of a spiritual successor to Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
Or set in the same universe, maybe.
It's I think the same universe. It's you play as Firebrand, who's a a creature from Ghosts and
Ghosts and
Goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tried Pilot Wings.
I don't know why anyone would try to play it.
No, I just wanted to. I felt like I was missing something because like I kind of like the 64 one, but I didn't have like the mentality to really play it at that time.
That first one.
So I want to come back and like I hear great things about it.
Yeah, people love it.
But yeah, I still suck at it. It's like the simplest controls, but like I can't parachute for shit. I can't land the plane for shit.
I think
it's Top Gun all over again.
I think you're entering it in a post 3D world where our brains are just wired in a way to know how to do that already, like, and this is doing it differently.
Right. All that like same goes for like Star Fox.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The original?
I never did. Like I've always tried to. I always give it a chance, but like, oh my God, the tutorial part is bullshit.
Yeah.
Stay in formation, and like you never do.
No.
And Stunt Race FX.
I want to try that. I didn't fire it up yet, but that's cool. They put it out.
Yeah. That's what I think makes the NES classic stuff cool, or whatever. The NES games on Switch and it's most of these games, most of the NES stuff in particular, you're not going to spend an inordinate amount of time with. You're just going to like explore as a museum piece, right? I think the most I dived into was maybe Breath of Fire.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
And then I backed out because I'd rather just play Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I agree. Dragon Warrior. The one cool thing about the SNES games, you can turn off that fucking menu at the bottom. You still can't do shit with the borders on the side, but you can finally get rid of the press Z or R to whatever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's in the main menu options. That and the rewind feature, which got added in NES that I started toying around with one of the games I was playing, but having it in Super Mario World is just top notch because you're like running and you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have. I'm like taking risks that I shouldn't take. And I'm like, damn it, no, Yoshi, I needed shit. And then I'm like, all right, well, I can. Oh wait, hold ZR, ZL, and then rewind. Like it just pops up a little like a bunch of frozen frames at the bottom, and you just jump to the point where you still had Yoshi, and you pick up where you left off.
There you go.
It was so good that when I was playing something else and fucked up, I was like, oh shit, you can't rewind everything.
Mm-hmm. That's a good feature.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Other than that, I've read a lot of comic books.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I read 4 issues of that Court of Owls.
Nice. Speaking of Scott Snyder, I'm reading his current run on Justice League, and holy shit, he's doing some badass shit.
That DC Universe app is rough.
It is not a great app. It needs some work.
Yeah. On
license has expired. I got that message a lot of times on the beach for whatever reason.
License has expired?
I don't know if it's a beta thing. I don't know. But I had all these comics downloaded from way back.
Oh, that's...
And I was like, all right, well, I'll just hotspot to my phone. Whatever, same Apple ID. It's not that hard. Did that, and it still wasn't working. I had to force quit the app. And I was like, all right, maybe there's old downloads. I re-download it, clear the cache. I'm on Wi-Fi. It's not that big of a deal. And then I went to read later on in the day. It was like literally an issue. I was midway through.
Do you get Alfred's face, or is it just a little pop-up?
It's just a pop-up.
Because I get Alfred's face if I'm in the middle of reading a book that I haven't fully downloaded. I'm just I clicked a book and I'm swiping through.
Oh.
If I go to the home screen, or I'm sorry, if I lock my iPad and then open it back up, you turn the page and it's Alfred saying, "Oops, can't find the content you're looking for," and you have to force quit the app and then launch the comic again. It's that, or like the new season of Titans just started, so I watched the first episode.
I did too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then when you go back to the menu, it like has your play marker at the beginning of the episode, and you're like, "What? Come the fuck on!"
Yeah, that's annoying.
Dive back in, and it makes it look like you're at the beginning of the episode. It's like just.
It's a little rough.
Yeah. You liking Court of Owls though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's got knocked into the labyrinth.
Oh, he's down there. He's down there. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's Snyder had a good run, and his Justice League picks up where it's not literally, but like he's using the same cast from the Justice League animated series, so it feels like you're just seeing an extension of that. Like it's Hawkgirl and Martian Manhunter, and they're big parts of his story. It's fucking cool. Everything he's been doing since leaving Batman has all been leading to this Justice League book, and it's just really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah. But this ain't no comic book podcast. It's a video game podcast. Matt, what? You want to do your Dota minute now, or you want to save the timer for later?
Nah, we'll save the timer for later. I I kind of forgot. I should have said it when I was in the beach. I did pop into a couple of those arcades along the boardwalk.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Dave & Buster's is probably owned by some giant corporation, and then that giant corporation has bought up a bunch of arcades, just random ones, but hasn't rebranded them. And I feel like that's what an Ocean City arcade is now.
Because there's not real arcade games.
Yeah, like, and it's stuff, it's everything you would see at any Dave & Buster's, including what evidently was supposed to be your Injustice exclusive and your Halo exclusive.
No, Halo was... They were only timed... At least Halo was only a timed exclusive. I remember that they were saying coming first to Dave & Buster's.
All right.
But that was a machine. I mean, we could buy one now and put it in my basement if you want. You want to pitch in?
No.
I think they're only like $12,000 or something.
The game was that great. They have a whole setup down here.
I know. I'd rather buy a pinball table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's... Some of that... Like, so they all still take classic quarters, which is nice. I got to take my tennis...
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But then one of the arcades has started doing the card things as well. They do like a hybrid thing, so you could either do card or change.
That's cool. Does your Dave & Buster's card work there?
Did not try because I did not realize.
Yeah.
But still doing classic tickets.
Oh yeah,
so
that's cool.
Feed the machine to get that satisfying, like, and then see the counter go up.
That's
so the prizes are all shit, but they're all shit at Dave & Buster's.
What'd you get?
So let Victoria decide. And she came out of there with this little turtle figurine, a flute, a whistle.
Well, yeah, you need both.
And then for me specifically, because the whistle and the flute are to annoy the hell out of me. And then for me specifically, she got me a little fireman that does absolutely nothing. Just a little plastic
Doesn't have
figure.
a parachute or anything?
No. That's what I said. He fucked up with the parachute, man. I could have just threw it over.
That's what we did when we were down there for senior week. We went to the arcade, and my one friend had saved up enough to buy a fucking wizard statue. Like one of the, it was like something that cost way too many
much.
tickets.
Yeah.
But we had donated a bunch of tickets to him because we wanted him to get. We were like, yeah, fuck it, we need it for the hotel room, and we all bought parachute men and threw them off the balcony. That's the way you do it.
Yep. So. That was a little disappointing.
Did you play that beanbag game?
What, the one you try to get the streak? Yeah, I did.
Yep. That was the one that my brother was like getting like kept running out of tickets and he had to keep like restocking the machine.
I almost played Deal or No Deal.
And did Mark's slow-mo video trick?
But the Deal or No Deal machine is at the very
back.
No, it's not at the back. No? This one, it was right up front, like right where the boardwalk is. I didn't want anyone like this being a fucking cop. This guy's cheating. He's gonna get 400 tickets. And it was $2 instead of $1. So I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no. Well, but you could have gotten a lot of tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Because like by the time you try to scrub and get to it, it's like the game's over.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast.
The modern arcade experience. It'll come back eventually.
But then, sadly, the end of the battle pass is upon us as this goes live.
That's good.
You probably have maybe an hour left, maybe 2 hours.
Nah.
But 11 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
On Monday, it will be.
So then you'd have 5 hours.
It'll be done. Yeah, 5 hours. I forget what time this goes.
That's how math goes.
I'm almost done the jungle. Like, not 100% complete. But I almost got all the costumes. I need a win with Sven. S-V-E-N. I need a win with Sven. And I don't know where the last little treasure is. It could be in one of two nodes. So I need to win twice or 3 times. Luckily, I still have a few of those, some of the power-ups. I think it's called a Culling Blade, where instead of having to win twice with the hero, I just have to win once, use his blade, go to the node. So I have enough for all 3 scenarios. But I have to at least win twice, maybe 3 times. And one hero I'm terrible with. The other hero I can get good with him, but this Sven, I'm not great yet. And then get to play as this vampire lady, the Queen of Pain.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Queen of Pain, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she has this her ultimate is this loud yell and just sends shockwaves and it kills you.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's cool looking. I've seen her in Underlords.
Yeah. Yep. She's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
demon assassin in Underlords. That's
Yep.
right. Oh, so then Sven is not in Underlords. The other character I have to win with is the Necro, the Necrophos, who's just an old Grim Reaper guy.
Okay. Yep.
He's the one.
He doesn't look as cool as you want him to look, but he's still kind of
No,
cool.
but if you get the right Arcanas, I got this weird owl set for him. He looks dope.
Hmm.
Court of Owls.
Yeah,
It's all-
there you
it's
go,
all
there it
coming
is.
Together. The owls are everywhere. Yeah. So that's that. It won't be the end of Dota for me though.
It could be.
Nah, that's all right.
Ah.
I'm gonna extend those games. You know, instead of hitting the turbo queue, I'm gonna hit the ranked queue and see where that takes me in life.
Hopefully away from Dota for a little while.
Nah, let's try to hit that. You know, that elite tier of rank. It will never happen, but
It might. Never give up.
this is like that. This is for me. I just decided it's like sports, right?
Mm.
Love watching Dota professionally. Never gonna be good at it, but it's okay. I still like to play beer league softball. If the opportunity ever presents itself. I still like
I'm kinda
to maybe run around if someone was like, hey, come to the park for, I don't know, fucking capture the flag, dodge, I don't know, whatever.
I do think it's good you have a thing that you can always kind of fall back on. Like, the closest I think I have is like a fighting game, but there's never one that's consistent. I feel like I can, well, maybe Smash. I don't get lost in it the way you get lost in this shit. You know what I mean? Where like a complete summer takeover where you forget that there's video games or outside or anything else.
But yeah, that's coming to an end. But I have gotten a little bit farther in Control.
Yes.
That game had another level. I didn't, enemy wise. I thought I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
At least what I was going to continue to see. And it's gotten weirder.
Good weird?
Good weird.
Oh, okay,
Like
cool.
there's before it was this hiss. The enemy is called the hiss, and it's pretty much just taking over certain units within the bureau.
The FPC.
Yeah, and of course, like there's like a SWAT team, and there's like other like fucked up people. So like when it possesses them, they start flying around and shit. So and then it kind of shifts a little bit, and I feel like I'm playing a Resident Evil game at some points. Not scary, just hordes of what would be like a zombie.
That's cool.
I'm really excited. I had to put it down because I left for the ocean, but I got to the third part. No, is it the fourth? Now I'm losing track. I think it's the fourth like open part of the map.
Okay.
And you're in the area where they contain all these objects of power. So, of course, because shit has been fucked up, all the objects of powers are like let loose. And I'm literally about to open the door and go into it for the first time and I turn it off. I can set myself up for a good tease.
That's good. You did your future self right.
Yeah, and then like already like you go into this and the documents I'm starting to find are related to like, oh, here's this object of power. We don't know what it does, and it's suspicious. We haven't proved it yet, but we've noticed that when this is around, this, and this happens. And I've seen a couple of those like, dude, what the fuck's behind this door, man? That's weird. It's gonna be real weird. So I'm excited to see that. Right after we recorded last week, I did find one document explaining a lot of the Threshold kids.
Oh.
And I did send it your way.
You did?
In a text, yeah.
When?
Right after we recorded last week.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, but a lot of it is got those confidentiality scratch outs, so you don't know the entire thing. But it's kind of what you were saying last week, where I guess they were trying to figure out a way to explain to kids in the bureau or that have come in contact with these events what's happening, and they try to make this show as like a ease into it, and it's all
man. That's horrible.
Was it a link?
No, I just sent the image. I literally just snapped a picture
I think
of my screen.
I remember seeing this.
Ben was talking about something.
Oh, it was in the group chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was to just me.
No.
I was like, no, all you send me is fucking Funko Pops. Do you know this shit?
No.
He's fucking subscribed to their mailing list. So almost every day.
It's not even Funko's mailing list. It's some third-party distributor.
Oh no.
Almost every fucking day I get a fucking...
It hurts my chest a
open
lot.
my email and I'm reading through and I'm like, cool, yeah. Fucking, here's the newest Funko Pop. Fucking Did you know there's a Chester Cheeto on the way?
There hasn't been one already?
That's what I said. He sent me one, and I was like, oh, they should do a Chester Cheeto one. And fucking next day, I get an email, Chester Cheetah's on the way. Like, wow. Great.
Merry Christmas.
Put in pre-orders.
Yeah.
Don't pre-order through them. They fucked me once.
What are you talking about? Don't.
I pre-ordered something for Victoria, and it came so far after Christmas.
It should have been a lesson. It should have been a sign. It should have been an omen. It should have been any of those things. Yet you still.
No, it was for Victoria. It wasn't for me. Although I have a couple around my room. It's fine.
You hit the little. There's a blue
I have
button.
one.
What says unsubscribe? You just do that, and it's gone.
Nah. Why do that? I think I have two.
The only
I
one
got
I
the
have,
Michael Myers one and the Alex Ovechkin one.
I have Gizmo, and he's kept in the dark.
Luckily, you got one.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah,
where is
Don't
it?
worry, it's down there, hiding.
He got the best one.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to hand that out. Something bad will happen with that one. I don't know what.
Oh my God! Down the beach, someone combined Goku and Pickle Rick into a shirt. It was really weird.
You didn't take a picture?
No, because so many times I thought about buying these shirts. And I did it because
Well,
I
I
didn't
know
want to
what-
start another weird war.
I know what you're being for Halloween.
Okay, that's.
But yeah, speaking of weird things and the ocean control, that's a weird game. That's really good still. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's behind this door.
I almost bought it this week, and then I was like, I should finish Astral Chain before I do that. And I kind of want to try out Gears 5.
I think I'm gonna play Gears 5.
Yeah, I have it installed.
Especially when I read a review and they said when they recap what's happened previously in Gears.
Perfect.
And I was like, thank God.
Because I was trying to like get my way through them, but every time I played the old ones, they just didn't feel good to me. Playing them at least in 2018,
I'll play co-op
2019.
too. Especially there's a little dirt sheet on what's happened between 1 through 4.
I'm gonna try it. I
Judgment.
was gonna try it before we recorded today, but I ended up when I got back from it just reading more.
I kind of know what happens through 1 through 3. I actually beat one. No, did I beat 2 or 1? I beat one of them.
Yeah.
I've only beat the first one.
I think
And
it
that was
2.
before like the better version came out, so I dealt with dumb glitches.
I'm about
Yeah.
to spoil something possibly for one of the plot lines in Gears 1 through 3. But which one is the one where Dom, the black character? Or is that
that's Cole?
Cole.
Dom's like the more like Spanish kind of background.
Okay? Maybe I'm confusing him.
Are you-
He's like your A partner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
Marcus
one-
and Dom.
Yeah.
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 Is that the one, or which Gears is it where you find his wife?
2.
I played 2.
There you go.
I knew about that twist, but never played it. But that's what everyone talked about was Maria. And okay.
I was playing it when it happened. I was like,
I think her
all
name's
right,
Maria.
that's kind of fucked, I guess. And I was like, I just want to shoot more shit.
I don't know that part.
That is satisfying. Whenever
It feels
that
good.
happened.
That and the active reload.
Yeah,
stuff.
if you time it just right. I forgot about that little mechanic. Yeah, I want to play Gears.
Yeah, I got it installed. I almost. Here's how stupid I am. It's on my Xbox, and I was on my PC last night. I was like, I should install it here, so I don't have to go down to walk down 2 flights of stairs to the fucking basement.
How many
I know.
players is that co-op?
I don't. 2 or 4
I can look it up
or
real quick.
9.
Because I assume it's crossplay too.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they've been really good with that stuff lately. So
I mean, it's a first party title, so probably gets the best treatment.
local co-op, 3 players. Online co-op, 5. Hold on, I don't know if that
those
is. I
are
don't
the
know if that's the
modes.
horde mode.
Yeah, right.
Campaign co-op, 3 players max.
boom.
Team up locally or online with friends to play through the entirety of the campaign.
There it is.
Hey.
Escape is 3 players max, online only,
Right.
and horde is the 5 player.
Right.
There
Okay.
it is. Well, that's going to bring us into our first break. When we get back, we've got, of course, news about out of the Nintendo Direct, a couple other news stories, some emails brought to you by podcast@thefreecheese.com. We got a good, lengthy email to digest through here
I'm scared.
on the other side of this break. No, it's a good one.
Still scared.
I don't know if there's anything about Burger King Kids Club or not.
I had hope not.
It's Mark's been studying every week for the upcoming quiz. And then we've even got a little question of the week. We got a lot on the back half of the show. So we'll be back after this.
I call Batista.
Welcome back. News time. Our first news story, one that kind of slipped by, but new rules hitting Japan's pachinko industry. These new rules are built in place. Legislation was passed to anti-addiction rules to reduce payouts for pachinko machines. So players will win and lose money slower than normal, hopefully to find the game less exciting and less addicting.
That's so weird. You think there's anybody that's just like...
Well, in completely unrelated news, Konami recently stated that consoles are a very important part of its business.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's completely unrelated.
Right.
That first story had nothing to do with...
What was Konami's last couple games? Were they all...
You know what, though?
Pachinkos?
We do have a question of the week this week that I'm going to call out a Konami game, legitimately, which is funny. But yeah, so we've got... where is it? Where's the console piece? Sorry, I had that. You've got that quote pulled out. It's a gamesindustry.biz piece that talks with Konami about their business practices, how Pro Evolution Soccer is a big piece of it, how this is a big piece of blah, blah, blah. And then there's this quote, even with new platforms coming out, we believe high-end console games are the most important. We challenge for innovative ideas and technology within our console games and apply them to other devices, so we will continue to put effort into our console games. We also plan to increase our portfolio. In addition to the multi-device titles for Pro Evolution Soccer and Yu-Gi-Oh!, we plan to work on projects with other globally known IPs in the near future. Sure.
Yeah, TurboGrafx, duh.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, TGS is this week, and that's Konami, or that Castlevania game is going to show up finally. That one I played the...
Oh, really? The Japan one?
Yeah. That one I did the beta for a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Finally seeing the light of day, maybe, sort of.
They're going to show you the alpha.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're going to go backwards. It's the first time anyone's ever done that.
Look, man... So I recently, about a month ago, just before Gamescom, or I think the morning of Gamescom, whenever that was, a couple weeks, there was a video, I think I shared it with you all, someone's kind of theory around what PT actually was. If you didn't watch it, you should watch it. And listeners, if you're out there, you can search for, I don't know what
it actually was?
It's just a theory. Like, knowing that Kojima is very autobiographical, it was... this guy's kind of piecing some things together, and he did this whole really elaborate,
it's an allegory for something.
Exactly. He believes, and I think his evidence is pretty.
I thought it was like, well, this was broken source code from a Bubsy game that was canceled, so we used it for PT.
Sorry, no, it's all what do the metaphors in the game actually mean?
God, yeah, I can see that definitely. The paper bag alone.
Yeah, right. Talking about that was meant to be representing Konami, and PT was a secret. His theory is that PT was never actually meant to be a Silent Hills game.
Here's the thing. I think I see where this is going, and if we're on the same page, probably not. I always saw that little baby in the sink. That's Silent Hills.
It is Silent Hills. I believe that's what the dude said.
That was a project that just never... had a chance.
Yeah, and the mom in the story,
Lisa,
is the Fox engine. Because there's a part where he says like,
dude,
something about like, mom had to get a job working nights at a grocery store to work the cash register. The boss said she looked nice in a dress or something like that. It was insinuating that the Konami executives thought that the Fox engine made things look pretty, so they started putting it into Pro Evolution Soccer. They started putting it in all these things and riddling it with microtransactions, aka the grocery. It's a really compelling. This video is good. I'm serious. I put it on. Sandeep sent it to me, and I put it on and was listening to it on my drive to work one morning, and I was like, motherfucker. That said, all of that Konami stuff in that video reminded me of how shittily he was treated. Because now we're a couple years past it, where we kind of forget like all the stuff that was going on with them removing his name from the credits and
Jeff
whatever.
doesn't forget.
Jeff won't ever forget. And Konami has been kind of a shitty company. However, boy, if we're getting back to some of those classic franchises, I would be if I can get a new Castlevania game.
Like, they haven't done much.
Same thing with Igarashi, right? Like,
Careful. Remember, they revisited a franchise already by the name of Metal Gear Solid.
And they call that out in this art. I know. I don't.
Just saying.
So far, all they've really done, like, they kind of tried with Super Bomberman R, and then you have those classic collections. That's like that's playing it safe. I feel.
I know.
That's really playing it safe.
That's they went to Unity. They hit the port button, and then.
But that's also trying to put that's trying to put a Band-Aid on like a buckshot wound. Like, it's not enough.
It's that fucking meme of Seth Rogen putting the duct tape over the huge crack in the wall.
Yeah. But like, make it like Scotch tape.
We knew about this from earlier this year during an investor's call, but Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville coming October 18th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 for $40.
You know, I re-downloaded Plants vs. Zombies the other day because of this. I was like, I haven't played it in a while. I beat the first one. That's all I played. I know what we're talking about is more like Garden Warfare.
It seems a lot more like Garden Warfare.
And then I uninstalled Plants vs. Zombies because they updated it to have ads, even though you can uncheck the promotions box.
Still ads.
Still ads.
Fun. I liked that first game a whole lot. Huh.
It's my Andrew Wilson pose.
Oh. Well.
I like that whole game, that first game a whole lot, but I never played the second one after I heard some pretty bad things about it. And I tried Garden Warfare, that one PlayStation experience when EA gave it away for free for the weekend. I gave it a shot.
It seemed fun, but it doesn't have like a card pack thing too.
Probably.
I mean, that was in the heart of that. So
yeah, I played it for like 2 or 3 hours, maybe one night or something, which was longer than 15 minutes, but yeah.
It was like a Team Fortress clone, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I like Team Fortress. It's all right.
Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer confirmed to be in development.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I guess most of the core game is out there.
The other thing is, it seems like they're taking the RDR and the Grand Theft Auto 5 route with it as well, where they're delaying the multiplayer.
Cool.
To after release.
Yeah.
So it won't be there right away.
That's fine. I think that's a good thing.
No,
what do you think it is?
Probably like similar to Rockstar.
I bet you it's like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, you just kind of do whatever.
It's
or
Cyberpunk.
Interesting.
Yeah. There might be like clan objectives or something.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Territory over cities.
They're going to be real careful they lean into the GTA stuff, because they kind of pepper like story stuff into GTA Online, and they said explicitly in that article, or when they were talking about this, when saying that they're still going to be focused on single player DLC, single player expansion. So you're going to see like Witcher-esque expansion packs again, which.
That's good.
Never played them, but I've heard that they're the size of full games.
Yeah, like Blood and Wine is like their highest.
So
their magnum opus.
Magnus.
It seems like they're gonna do X, Y, and Z. So
interesting.
Didn't GTA 4 have like single player expansion stuff?
Yeah,
it did, because of Ballad of Gay Tony and
Lost in the Damned.
Yeah.
Those are the big two.
Yeah, I feel like there was a third, but I don't remember. Yeah,
I mean, that also had online though too.
Mm-hmm.
Not GTA 5.
Yeah, it wasn't to that extent, but yeah. Ikumi Nakamura announced via Twitter the other day that she has left Tango Gameworks, the studio in which she's worked for 9 years, most recently as the director of Ghostwire Tokyo, which announced at E3 this year.
Yeah, most of her background is like being like a creative director or like something in the art field.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, I feel like maybe just she did her part, and now they don't need her anymore. Or she hasn't a reason to really stay there.
Sorry, I misspoke. I said that she was director on this game.
Yeah.
She's creative director of Ghostwire Tokyo.
She probably just applied like the design assets. Like, here's the characters, here's the story or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, at first my reaction to this was, okay, she clearly her popularity blew up out of that, and I bet that people started looking into who she is and whatever and tried to poach her.
Oh.
But that was when I read the tweet, I was like, oh shit, but her tweet if you continue reading the tweet, says, "If anyone's looking to work with me, here's my LinkedIn." So
Yeah, it seemed like a very like
yeah, it didn't seem like
Just
she
like,
was necessarily
"All right,
pulled
moving
or,
on."
or poached. It was just
very neutral.
yeah, but also to be there for 9 years and then just
In
I
the
don't know.
middle of your game being developed too.
Maybe she didn't want to work with
I
Bethesda
had a
anymore.
dream like Thursday or Friday night that we were recording this podcast, and Mark told me a news story about what happened. He's like, "Hey, did you hear that the news story came out about what happened with her? It was actually because blah 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 blah."
Oh,
And I don't remember what you told me in the dream. So
stay tuned. Maybe it's a premonition.
It might have been.
Maybe you had an Astral event.
Yeah, maybe. I'm jumping around here. So we know Switch is getting Overwatch, so we'll talk about the direct stuff in a few minutes. But we know also that Overwatch is going to have native voice chat, so you do not need to use the exceptional Nintendo Switch Online app, which, Matt, you have your phone open. I don't see the Switch app on your phone.
It's actually
there.
on there.
All right. Well, it's not on your main
There it is.
page. Okay. All right. There you go. But you don't need to use that. You just plug your headset in, and I believe Fortnite did it like this before. You could just voice chat.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Now,
Fucking
it would be
Splatoon.
perfect if the Pro Controller had an input jack
I know.
for it.
I know.
Or not.
It's-
Don't take me down that rabbit hole.
Yep. We're going to pull right out of it. Steam is getting an update on September 17th it's a beta. Changes the way your Steam library can look, which is it looks real clean.
I didn't look at it. I just kind of saw.
I read the blog post and
I'm excited for a change.
yeah, I need something new, it's
I'm
cool.
excited for better curation, but one step at a time.
I am slowly trying to play more on PC. I just bought South Park on PC because it was on sale for the
Stick.
gold edition was $9. I have Stick of Truth already on PC. I got
the
Fractured
sequel.
Butthole. Played that for a few hours. Pretty good. Not bad. Weird playing that game with a controller.
Oh, really?
When you do the poop mini games, because the poop mini games with a controller. Did I say not?
Yeah,
okay.
I think okay.
Okay. Yeah, the poop mini games you have to use your dual sticks and everything and all this. On keyboard, you're doing combinations of WASD and the arrow keys, and you have to do some of them you're holding and some of them you're tapping, and to do that gesture on a keyboard where you're patting your stomach and rubbing your dick at the same time or whatever. It's a weird thing.
I always hate, and this is where you kind of know a game was maybe thought for a controller first. When you take your hand off the mouse,
Oh yeah,
I think that's the number one telling sign of they
Yep.
designed this game for a controller first.
Yep. But then at that point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get my fucking go grab my 8-bit too. Bone Vodka is putting out a special Doom themed vodka.
Will it have the same smooth taste of Crystal
Crystal
Vodka?
Head, the clear, clean.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah.
We
So
should have let's fucking sit around and just try random vodkas one day.
that sounds like a bad idea.
It sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm down.
I can sniff it.
Here,
Get
Every
drunk off
sniff,
of that.
check
Every
out this
sniff.
rubbing alcohol. A couple more news items here before we hit our Nintendo Direct. Twitch finally getting an app for Apple TV.
That fucking time.
Yeah.
God damn. Makes me want to buy an Apple TV for my room again.
Yeah, they did it just after TI was done. Just for you.
I actually don't know. Does Mixer have an app on?
But just in time for TGS.
Yeah, there's no native apps on any of those. So the other day when I came home to watch the Direct, I was like, I'll just turn on my Xbox.
The thing that always frustrated me was they acknowledged that the Apple TV was a thing because whenever you AirPlayed, it turned your device into the message feed.
Yeah.
And
I was about to ask, how would chatting work on
The
Apple
TV?
TV?
you might not be able to chat, or if
Is there
you
like a
really
Bluetooth
wanted
keyboard
to,
or
you can.
something?
Yeah, you can hook up a
You
Bluetooth
can, yeah.
keyboard.
Okay.
I mean, I never.
And Apple TV's pretty smart about when you get to a keyboard input field, your phone just immediately pops up and says hey,
okay.
text input. So
I clearly have never had one, so
no,
I don't
they're
know how it works.
since getting the newer Apple TV in the living room 5 years ago or something, that's been the main thing in the living room. I like all my consoles are in the basement, and then that's all we do.
You know, and this also makes sense if they're acknowledging Apple Arcade that's coming here soon. So I think it's good timing if this is coming sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it seems so bizarre that it's not, because there's Twitch apps on like the Apple TV competitors, right? Like there's Twitch apps on Roku and Fire TV and all that.
Obviously,
shit.
the Fire Stick was Amazon, but
Yeah, that makes sense. But even I think it was there before they bought Twitch.
oh,
Because I
I wouldn't be shocked.
I remember being mad years ago, and then when you fucking posted this news story, I was like, well, fuck, okay, sure. And Mark, tell me about this Pokemon lawsuit stuff.
What did I post?
Pokemon Pokestop nuisance
Oh, okay.
lawsuit.
Right. So, yeah. There's, I guess a couple quote-unquote lawsuits have been going around that they have to deal with. Mostly complaints by, like, private property owners, park owners, like park managers, homeowners, et cetera. And they have to respond to these lawsuits and everything. So when they get disturbed by Pokemon Go players, they have to go in and remove these stops. Now, did that happen with our usual spot?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened because
There's only one there now, and I'm very disappointed in that. I figured a place where it's like a very Soto Sopa area, you want people there.
Dude, honestly, like whenever there was an event, like there were so many people from our general area who would go to that spot, and it was like,
and I would see people who just didn't understand what was going on, and like just kind of like make fun of the whole situation.
But at the same time, literally every time that we were there, we never just went there and wandered around. We'd end up spending money in the places that were there. You know what I mean? We go get food, we go do whatever. We like.
Yeah, and I guess security's been tighter over there, because like at like 8 o'clock or something, it's like you have to have an ID to be out.
Yeah, my mom told me somebody got shot there not too long ago or something.
Yeah, and that's probably something to do with it.
But also that bar shut down where the people got shot at, and it's a different thing. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, so people are doing this, and but you know that doesn't mean like all the Pokestops that we're used to are going to be gone or whatever. Like not every park is going to be ruined. It's only the ones that are finding this as a disturbance or a nuisance of any kind, and they went through the proper legal channels to get to that. But it's still it still sucks. Like, I get it from, I get it from their point of view. I wouldn't want a whole bunch of people at some random time of the night or day or whatever. Yeah. When other things are going on.
I mean, there's like
family sporting events or
there's whatever. The one that's up behind my house that's a Pokestop, but like it gets no traffic at all.
But like more than half the time with me, it's like just give me a parking lot and I'm fine. I won't even get out of my car.
Yeah, no, and that's what happens. I think up here, if anything. Yeah. But like, I can also see if my sons are out back doing what they do as we hear them right now.
And hey, there's a weird car. Why is this here?
I mean, you hear him. Like Earl barks at his own dick. Let alone if there were like 13 people sitting in that parking lot playing Pokemon, I can see like okay.
Yeah. I think the only places that don't care about that kind of stuff is churches. Because I remember we were doing a raid once, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" Or like, "Oh, just a game." We're like, "Ah, nice." Yeah. Like, glad you all are here. Like, anybody to get an audience.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
Why you're here?
Money.
Yeah. While you're here. Do you know about Arceus? No. But yeah, it's just that game's just been kind of slowly. Some things I just don't like. I don't want to play this game until November.
Until November.
Wait, literally. What happens in November?
They stop giving you fucking EVs for the field research.
Oh, that. Well, I'm more concerned with when can I get my hands on a Garbodor? It's a couple weeks, right? Gen 5.
This week coming up.
Cool. I will be opening that game. Last news story that is non-Nintendo Direct related. Sony says the X button is pronounced cross. What do you think? What do you think?
I know it's cross, but I fucked up at an early age and called it X.
See, but people pointed out that like there's been PlayStation games that say press the X button.
Yeah, well, they're fucking idiots.
There's also I feel like this blew up out of nowhere this week because it was the hot thing to report on, but. Yeah, I remember being a kid and opening up a booklet and it said cross, and I was like,
this all started because of PlayStation UK. Their Twitter account started the poll, and because our PlayStation America or whatever was just like X. Yeah. UK was like, no, cross. And then that's when everything happened. And I was just like,
cross gonna give it to you,
I'm just not gonna say it. I don't care if it's right. I'm not gonna say it. It's just been so long. It's just
no, I say X button.
I
I say X all the time.
It's an X.
So I mean, like, am I gonna play the cross box, one cross?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Have you been fucking up the entire time? Cross gonna give it to you? Did
No.
DMX screw up?
DM cross?
No, DMX didn't screw up. He never screws up.
No, I don't know. Like, I really
Debatable, actually.
I really don't care about it. I just thought that was interesting that it popped up for some reason.
Where do you fall, listener? Write in and let us know. Podcast at thefreecheese.com. We're not going to sit here and read off all the headlines to the Nintendo Direct, unless, of course, you want us to. But I will say, for us here at the table, what was your favorite announcement, and what was something that surprised you from the Nintendo Direct?
Favorite announcement?
Or favorite thing from the Direct, or...
Yeah, because, like, a lot of it...
Or are they both?
Like, half of it was, like, E3.
This felt like E3 too.
Like, a lot of it wasn't that new if you watched E3.
Yeah. Like the Animal Crossing stuff was the stuff literally from Treehouse, but condensed into a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, they did, like, a Cyberpunk 2077 thing.
Yeah.
And just in terms of, like, just re-editing whatever they showed off.
Yeah.
To it, so it's more widespread. I guess my favorite, damn. I guess the whole, like, Terry
and Smash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we didn't see a whole lot, I love the way they did that trailer. I love the way they did that reveal. It was
a really good Smash intro trailer.
Like, I mean, I noticed before, but I just like pointing it out. Where, like, to me, Smash is kind of like, it's like a virtual Hall of Fame.
Well, it's certainly becoming that too. Like, if it wasn't before this iteration,
like before it was just first party,
right?
And now it's widespread. And
yeah,
it's slowly expanding, and I love how that's just Sakurai's approach now. Where it's, and then, like, oh, we're not doing just 5 fighters. We're going beyond now.
That was one of my favorite things too. Just that, that there are more than the 5. Which,
and for him, that's probably his job. Never ends. But like, at the same time, you don't have to worry about making 60 characters. You can only just focus one every couple months, and not have to worry about making a whole new game.
Yeah,
like, sure, there might be future iterations with smaller rosters. That's inevitable, maybe.
Right.
But dude, with this, if you can, sail with it. You can stop at 5. We're fine with 5. But if you want to keep going, dude, we'll keep going until Goku's in there.
Dude, give me a Pickle Rick Goku, and we are.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Biggest surprise, Deadly Premonition 2.
yeah,
I didn't think that game was ever going to get a sequel. I didn't think that was going to see a light of day anywhere else. Kind of happy about that. So, yeah.
Matt?
I hardly ever play Smash anymore, but I think my favorite thing was more fighters.
Yeah.
So the hype around that's always fun.
Yeah, it always builds up. Because now we know
I haven't played a DLC character, but you never know. Waiting for Crash. I keep predicting Crash now.
No, literally, as soon as, the next day after it all kind of settled in, I was like, oh shit, Crash Bandicoot's going to be in this fucking game.
Now this makes me think even more about Geno and how more final that one is.
What, Geno being in it?
Yeah, it's not going to be the 5th fighter now. It's going to be but last.
Oh, you think so?
Sealing the envelope?
Yeah.
He's the seal.
Do you think that Waluigi makes it in?
Ooh. See,
I think so.
Here's what I think Sakurai should do. I think along with these updates, they should add costumes and they should change some things. You should have, Mario has all these different costumes, right? Keep doing that,
There's 2 different Marios.
Yeah, right. But no, I agree.
But for Link, for example.
Right.
Different outfits from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think that a lot of these characters could use... That would be fun DLC for me, because I don't really care about the Mii Fighter stuff. And it's cool for people
just
who are
skins,
who've been waiting for, the Goemon stuff was cool, and the sand stuff is cool, right? It's not for me, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Although I did just install Undertale with Game Pass on PC, so maybe it will be for me. But yeah, the doing other costumes, doing other stages that are not just the stages for these characters, which I'm sure that's a lot of work, but
yeah.
But no, potential, man. There's
forever doing DLC. That's.
I don't think we'll see another first party though. At this point, I really don't think a Waluigi. Yeah,
now. What game is there that they haven't addressed yet?
I don't think you're gonna see another fucking. As much as I joke, I do not think Byleth from Fire Emblem is gonna be in Smash. I'd love it.
No.
I would love it, but yeah, not gonna happen.
I mean, there's 7. What's one more?
Come on.
Or just get it over with. Just make a third fire pack, but it's Fire Emblem.
There you go.
But like
now you're talking.
Get, even the balance. Get it back to one half.
Ralph, Lissatea. You could do some stuff.
There was a meme out there where it was just like a fighter pack, and it was just all Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Well, it's half the game.
I don't know if I'd want
Pick random Fire Emblem character.
Yeah, I don't
random
know if I
Fire Emblem
could-
character. It's stupid.
spread throughout the whole year. I don't know if I could take that. I'm fine with it being like skins or like Echo Fighters, but yeah.
No, I do want to see more Echo Fighters. Like I'd like to see a Dixie. You know what I mean?
Weird, right. Because it's weird that we have adult Ike and young Ike.
Yeah.
Why isn't there Ocarina of Time Link with young Link? Like
Not-
adult Link, young
yeah.
Link. Why don't you put them in one thing?
I guess different models.
I guess.
It's physically different models, I think.
Just stretch it out. It's fine.
You said that was.
Oh yeah, the surprise is for two reasons now. After learning something else just before we got to this segment, but Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 just seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah. That too,
That
definitely.
is an old Star Wars game.
That was my
just-
second or third Star Wars game I ever played. I think.
And
I love that one. That's one of my favorites.
And then on Direct, we focused a hell of a lot on Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. And I was like, oh, that's really weird. They're not bringing... I wish they were bringing the whole thing over. I understand like the earlier games, Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2. Like, I understand that.
I think one of them's a fighting game, isn't it? Or like a
Mysteries of the
strategy
Sith?
game or something. I don't know, man.
There is a strategy game, but it's not in the Jedi Knight umbrella.
Okay.
What is the name of that game? I can't remember it.
Their names are wacky.
Yeah.
They're
There's
wacky.
actually 2 of those strategy games.
Okay.
Yeah, then we found out, you said you saw something on the website, and I guess I
Yes.
confirmed it on StarWars.com that Jedi Academy is coming the same day to Switch and PS4.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah,
If you got the fucking properties, man,
I just
put 'em
don't know
back
why they
out.
got withheld from the direct.
yeah.
Just announce them both together, you know.
I know, like, Jedi Outcast is the well-known one, I feel like, of the franchise. It is
yeah.
the darling, but at least
Also-
say, hey, also coming Jedi Academy. with
Also,
it.
these directs though are made months in advance. You know what I mean? Like they know
True,
a lot
maybe
of
something
this
happened
stuff.
last minute.
So maybe they
and-
didn't know if it was going to hit that date or not. They didn't want to, you know.
I don't think anybody's gonna say it, but did anybody laugh when Devil May Cry 2 revealed itself?
It was like just part of that.
It was just in there
little,
for a
like,
second. Like they
sizzle,
didn't.
yeah.
It was like, all right, I don't know, because we didn't think they were gonna do like a collection, but yet
Right
they are,
here,
just
one
like,
by one by one.
Dante and Smash.
No, I think I concur that my favorite thing was just more Smash characters because that hype is always fun
Mm-hmm.
building up. Because even when we knew that SNK character was going to be in it, and we kind of knew it was going to be Terry, it was
Yeah.
still, man, sitting there going like, maybe it'll be a fucking Metal Slug tank, maybe it'll be this.
Dude, because like after Banjo,
Yeah,
it feels like
anything's possible.
like it actually happened. Like it actually happened.
Master Chief
Actually-
could be in the game in a year.
Tell even Sans being a fucking me costume.
That's crazy. Like it doesn't make sense.
But if I'm to rank like your importance as a character though, it's like bottom is me fighter costume.
Right? Yeah.
Mid tier is assist trophy.
Yeah.
Actual character that's playable is
Yep.
top.
My biggest surprise though, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore.
Yeah.
I'm excited as shit to finally play this game because I never pulled the trigger on Wii U, and with this coming,
I thought you did for some reason.
now I wanted to, but it's something
was
about
there a
it.
demo?
There might have been. I never played it. I never touched
Huh.
it at all.
Weird.
There's not many. What's left? Like 3D World from Wii U and Pikmin 3 as like the two good Wii U games, and Nintendo Land, but they're never gonna bring Nintendo Land over. There's not much. Oh, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Other
Right.
than that, you know. So yeah, happy Nintendo Direct.
Virtual consoles on Wii U, they could bring that over. No.
Oh yeah, you should port that. Well, that is your news for the week. We are gonna move into. You guys want emails or topic of the week?
Topic.
We'll end on. Oh, all right,
Sorry.
never
no,
mind.
no. Wait, we go in order. We can do emails.
Emails.
I don't care.
Rock paper scissors.
I don't care. Mark, you win. What'd you pick first?
I said topic.
Okay.
All right, topic of the week. Topic.
It does
of
sound like a
the
closer though.
week. Well, it's just a question of the week, really. Actually, this might be a closer. Maybe we should close with the question of the week.
All right.
Now we'll do it now. I put the poll out, or I put the word out on Twitter, and of course you can write in at podcast@thefreecheese.com and answer the question of the week. And I ask you two at the table. I ask you there listening in your car, in your office, in your shower. Y'all listening in the shower? Thank you for shower listening. Which we're 3 months away from Game of the Year, which I know seems crazy because it seems like just yesterday we were sitting down here talking about all of our Game of the Year stuff last year. But
Anxiety's rise.
which game needs to be played before the end of the year? What is the one so far? Maybe not your front runner that you're like, this is Game of the Year. Doesn't have to be that, but what is the one where like you know that is gonna come up? Now, since I obviously came up with the question a week ago, and I'm just springing it upon the two of you because apparently you didn't read our Twitter account, I'll answer first while you think about it. Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a thing where I don't think that either of you are going to spend 80 hours in that game. Maybe not even 40. Maybe not even any.
I'll play.
But
I gotta play at least a little bit of it.
You don't have to play it, but I really like that game, and I think it is exemplary. And I think that at least being familiar with what it is and why it's, why it's important.
Play Smash.
But yeah. But I don't know. That it's one of those ones where also to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, try something new. This is the one to do it with, I think.
Judgment.
Ooh, did you start that?
Nope.
No,
That's
a
one that
requirement for yourself.
Yeah, that's when I haven't turned on my PS4 in so long.
I know. Is it only PS4?
Yep.
Wow.
All Yakuza games only PS4.
Wow.
I think they're coming to PC or somewhere PC.
Yeah.
But,
Huh.
Yeah.
Man?
Resident Evil 2.
That's the one. I'm waiting to see if there's a fall sale that drops it, or I'm just gonna play it on PS4 since I already have it there.
I will force myself through at least one of those campaigns.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be fun. I'm not gonna hate it the entire time, but
at least the part that you're stuck with is temporary.
Yeah, but it's like a fucking.
Oh, I gotta ask you something about it later.
Okay.
Matt related.
Oh, I already know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
let's just laugh and
moving on, I guess.
we did get one response on Twitter to that question from one @SevBenz. Said the Final Fantasy VIII remaster is a must play before the end of the year. But really, so if you
did that come out yet, or that's like
last Tuesday?
Okay.
So if you're listening and we did not name a game that you think we should play before the end of the year for one reason or another, even if it's hey, holy shit, this game is surprisingly bad,
I'll play it.
Let us know because we have awards for that too.
If there's something in the Dota client that's tooting your horn, let me know. I'll go and visit it for you all.
We got 2 emails this week. That is podcast@thefreecheese.com. First email. Hi. As you can probably tell, I am related to Matt.
Great.
We're cousins. I have been listening to your podcast for almost a year now, and you guys make my Mondays exciting. Thank you. I have some questions for you. Mark.
Oh, no.
I have been picking up that you don't like Breath of the Wild. I asked Matt why, and he told me you explained yourself in a previous podcast. I couldn't find it.
I think it was in a Game of the Year thing.
Why don't you like Breath of the Wild, Mark?
Okay. So, things have changed since then. It's more of a love-hate relationship. It is a wedding. Not a wedding. It is a marriage that I cannot leave. But
God, it's so grim.
Zelda's like my thing. That's like my franchise. My complaints were that even though it is doing a lot of new and refreshing things for that franchise, there were some things that didn't need to be changed, in my opinion. Mainly the combat and the dungeons. They simplified the combat so much to where I can't be as articulate as I want to be. Instead, I have to abide by the game's physics, which is fine. I'll make it work. I don't like that the Master Sword has to recharge unless you do the DLC to not have that. So you have to pretty much pay for that.
And the line. You have to pay for the line to trace your map.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weapon breaking. I don't mind weapons breaking, but there should be an option to forge and fix them that isn't just the shield, the Hylian shield or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, the variety of dungeons, like, yeah, it's cool that they did like all these little shrines if you're looking for like a puzzle thing. I'm just tired of that aesthetic. It's all very like, it's like Tron but not, and I like Tron, but just too much Sheikah. Too much Sheikah everything.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It doesn't play as much of a story as I thought it would. It's just kind of just there. I feel like it was just making up stuff. But yeah, but the main...
Run straight, baby.
Yeah, like there's main animals or like your dungeons, and they're just glorified shrines.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So after playing Twilight Princess, where you have a whole like 50 floor or whatever, 100 floor combat of just endlessly just fighting enemies and using all the techniques that you learned from your predecessor and having all these different themed dungeons, and Twilight Princess is actually the most dungeons and the most difficult ones out of all the Zelda games. So that's why I put that one so high up there in that regard. Yeah, that was it was for me. It was a hard adjustment period. It took about a year to really get through it, and now I appreciate Breath of the Wild for what it is. And I was replaying it a couple months back. I haven't dived in since, but after the hype of 2, it kind of had me going in. TBD on the title.
Yeah.
Matt.
I can't believe a dumb cinematics got you all.
Why don't you like joy?
So okay, so like in Breath of the Wild when you go take a picture of a memory and like everything just hits him and he's like, oh, I remember. That's what happened when you see that.
I think I did that once during my 12-hour campaign.
I don't know. Yeah, Breath of the Wild just does more things than not that I don't care about. That was my biggest gripe with it. But I appreciate for what it is now.
Yeah. Joe, thank you for playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. I only know a few people who play it, which makes me sad. Me too. More people should play that game. I want to ask you, who was your favorite character, your best unit, and what did you think of that endgame music? Favorite character... It's a hard one to answer. So I was Golden Deer, so I liked a lot of the Golden Deer. And I like Ralph is an answer I could give because he's just a big old teddy bear goofball. But honestly, like we talked about it early on when I talked about the game, that Sylvain was kind of a douchebag. Mm-hmm. Just he's like a womanizer and just like hits on everybody and just meh. But by the end of the game, like he had this arc that kind of charmed me in a way. I don't know if charmed is the right word.
Grew on you?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like yeah, he's just that dude. But when you kind of cut through that part of him and you see the other side of him, I liked him a lot. Best unit, I tried really hard to make Lysithea my best unit. I built her up to be a whatever it is when you can do black magic and white magic. I forget what that master class is.
A gray magic.
Gray magic. But ultimately, just by default, my best units ended up being Byleth and Claude, because they were just in battle so much that they power ranked pretty quickly. But even so I knew I could always rely on Claude as like a ranged archer. But Byleth just swept shit. But I also got what's her face, the teacher. I forget her name now.
Thought you were the teacher.
There's other teachers in the monastery, and I recruited her to come hang out with me because I was trying to marry her.
McGonagall, Snape,
no.
Dumbledore,
Kakashi.
Now you're just completely.
Naruto.
I don't even fucking.
Oh,
he was a teacher in Naruto.
But I'm in the middle of my Black Eagles playthrough as well that I got to pick back up. I want to finish Astral Chain and then go back to that. And I like nobody from the Black Eagles house except for the main Edelgard. And even Needle Guard, I mean, I'm not going to get into it because story stuff, but yeah. If you've played the game, so you know what I'm talking about. Why? I'm curious to know where people kind of lie with that game, like which houses they align with, which characters and all that. And then what did you think of that end game music? Yeah, that was weird. There's the final mission before you kind of realize you're in the final mission. That you kind of know like things are coming together, but remember, for me, I'm looking at like people's playtimes and hearing anecdotally this game's like 80 hours, and I'm looking at my clock and I'm like 46 or even less than that. And I get to this mission and I'm like, is this the final? And the music is this like techno, electronic,
Does it
hyper?
Does it ever do that before in the game?
No.
So it's not even like Final Fantasy X. At least it started with the weird guitar riffs, and then it ended with the weird guitar riffs.
Nope, this is just Darude Sandstorm, I guess.
Yeah, it went like I didn't not like the song, but it was very out of place. And the where you're fighting is even like this neon lit.
Inside of Sin. What?
It was weird. Like I kept expecting like
That's where Fire Emblem should go.
Well, that's what I expected. Like
Future.
it was some weird rift to open up and something to walk out, which it was a strange. It was jarring for sure. I felt like I did something wrong, or like it threw me off. I was like, oh, is this the bad ending? Am I getting the bad ending? But because that was the thing, the music generally stands out through the rest of that game, where you're like, oh, this is good music, like
Fits the setting.
It's memorable, yeah. But like good battle music, good overworld music, good everything music, and then this was like, oh, okay. This is just totally different genre and style.
You belong in Astral Chain. What are you doing here?
Yeah, very much so. Matt, can you explain the meme with Jack Trenton? I don't understand.
All you gotta do is watch that PlayStation 4 press conference.
Yep.
And when he's got that fucking smile, he pulled down his pants and said, "Here's the PS4 at $399."
Yep.
And then as everyone's distracted by the giant penis that's in front of them, the background saying, "Hey, y'all, you gotta pay for online games now." And no one gave a fuck because everyone was distracted by Jack Trenton's penis.
That's true. Hanging out there right on the stage. Yeah.
There's probably a butt ton of like inside jokes listeners probably don't get.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're pretty dumb. I mean, Jack Trenton was just a character, just
he was
not in a character way, but just like he was just it was like
he had his mannerisms. And he knew they were gonna come. And every PlayStation conference,
was he doing like the Phil Spencer thing where every time he like announced something, he just had like that grin?
Yeah, a little. I was about to say that Phil is starting to reach those heights.
Oh yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Reggie's probably still the best at delivering a conference.
Yeah, it's like if PlayStation had a Reggie.
Dude, Reggie told the kid he'd whoop his ass on stage.
Yeah. But yeah, if you go back E3 2013, just watch the PlayStation press conference. That should give you your answer.
And just remember, he's having this shit-eating grin because Microsoft about 6 hours ago said their conference.
Oh yeah, good call.
Or at their conference that Xbox is $499. It has to come with a stupid Kinect. Did they back off from the online?
They backed off from the online stuff at that point.
And the TV stuff.
But it was still weird and ambiguous.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
I think they were still hyping the
still
dogs.
Hyping the TV. Yeah, that was more the other thing, but it was definitely there.
Yep, and then the EA Ignite engine that never took off.
I feel like they're using Ignite. I don't know.
Or whatever. There was an engine they were trying to use.
Yeah.
But yeah, just you have to remember all that weirdness happened, and people kind of regard it as a good conference.
After 8 years of dominance by Xbox 360 for the most part, had the market share, had the hubris leading them into the Xbox One era, and PlayStation suffered through the PlayStation 3 era where they caught back up. They made ground for sure, but
it ended up outselling worldwide at the end of the day. But it never felt like it.
It never felt like it. It always felt like the underdog. It always felt like PlayStation was losing. And for them to come out and just suddenly have everything right in the eyes of people who were going to buy it.
That was when Xbox was like less games focused and more of like.
You started talking about the cable and how there's there are HDMI ports and you can feed, and then the DVR's built into it, and you can watch the football game as you play Madden. It's so cool. Yeah.
So yeah, Jack Trenton.
And even when PlayStation was coming around beforehand, then they had the whole network crash, and finally it all culminated to this like climactic moment of Jack Tretton pulling out his dick, smiling and saying, "Hey, look, PlayStation 4 is at $399, motherfuckers!" And then everyone's distracted, and the next slide, it's "Hey, y'all are paying for online now."
Yep. Final question for all of you: how did y'all meet? Well, Matt and I met at work.
And then Mark
and
literally
Matt
the first episode I showed up on.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mark and I met at a failed hand check at Otakon. We were the only two that got the spotlight on us. Like, get out! No, I'm just kidding.
It was actually a FurCon.
No. I was dating somebody who was friends with Dave and Chris and you.
Yes.
I feel like I met Dave and Chris first.
Yeah.
And then met you through Dave and Chris.
So yeah, because I come from more of from that side of it, and then we were who you were seeing and me were coming to pick you up from somewhere.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Yep.
You remember when we met?
I was in the back seat. You didn't have a beard.
No, I didn't.
No facial hair.
Yeah, I remember that.
And like I just didn't know what to expect because it was just the first thing. I thought you were gonna be some like really like jockey tool or something.
Well, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But I forgot where we were going or what we were even doing. But
is that when we all went to somebody's house to watch?
It was at night.
Oh, is that when we went to Chris's house to watch Pan's Labyrinth? Is that when I first met you?
Maybe. Oh, so you remember the whole Sick with Baby thing?
The what? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that was the night.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe that was it.
That might have been.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah, because I hadn't met any of her friends. So
okay.
No, I did meet you with Chris and Dave because I remember it was like, hey, we're all going to my friend Chris's house.
Yeah.
You should.
This is the most I've like hung around like the majority of that group.
Yeah.
I think too, and like to a point where she actually gave me the nickname Muffin.
Right. That was that night.
I'm not sure if it was that night, but this was during that saga,
Man,
I guess,
I forgot about
because I'm straying way off the path now. But like, her and Chris were arguing about English as a subject.
Yeah.
And I came in as I do. Yeah. With dumb jokes.
And
I said, it's a subject or a language. I mean, it's also a type of muffin. And she was like, good one. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't
tough crowd.
And apparently it stuck.
Huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Muffin.
Yeah. And then
I learned something new today.
And then, then we started making jokes during that movie, and then found out he worked at the comic book store, and
yeah. I remember, that's what I remember most about us meeting early on.
Didn't really hang out till a little bit after that. And then, I guess once I joined the podcast for that one E3.
Yeah, that was kind of when we started seeing each other more frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, for that E3, that was, what year?
2014? 13. It was 13.
It was around all, so yeah, circa that.
It was E3 2014 because it was after the free cheese launched.
Okay.
We launched free cheese in 2013, but we had the previous show before.
Okay. And
then, I mean, reductively, I say Matt and I met at work, but I remember in passing, I had just said that I had a podcast and wrote about video games and stuff, and Matt had offered to write stuff. And I didn't take you seriously at all. I didn't know what to think. Because I don't think I interacted with you much.
Yeah, because the video game thing at work is kind of like buried down because I don't want to be like...
Some of the other people at work who would wear it on their sleeve.
So I'm sports guy at work.
Yeah, so I figured you were a sports guy, and I was like,
guy,
all right, that's sports guy. Moving on. And then...
So what year were you two working together?
The first year.
Had to be, 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
Okay, so like you kind of met both of us around, or getting to know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Around that same time.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't remember when it was, but at some point you had said, like, if you ever need anybody to write anything or whatever, and what was it you did?
I wrote MLB The Show.
I remember you did Call of Duty at some point. I don't think Call of Duty published. You sent me a Call of Duty thing, but I don't think it was long enough to publish.
Oh no! You know what I sent you? It wasn't Call of Duty. It was Destiny. I was talking about my experience as a solo player in Destiny.
So I wonder if
I want to. Do I still have that somewhere? I'm curious to read that nowadays.
I bet you I still have it in an inbox somewhere. I think that maybe my fucking harsh feelings toward Destiny made me think it was Call of Duty and dismissed it. But yeah, I remember you gave me MLB was the first one, or NHL was, and MLB was the first one, and you kind of wrote it. We published it, and it was kind of it. Mm-hmm. And then NHL was the year.
That was the year Metal Gear Solid 5 came out. I always wanted to review it for you, and then I never finished it. I just fell off of it.
Neither did Konami.
And then, really, it was after that, the first summer where we kind of like started rebranding and changing things around here and changed format and stuff, when Kyle had stopped wanting to do the podcast. And it was just you and I, and we were occasionally, like, Dash came on, and we had some other folks come in, but never really found, like, a third. And then, I think I don't remember how I asked you or what I'd said, but
I think you just chloroformed him and drug him here.
That might have been it.
Yeah, you were like, you want to come on one night?
Yeah.
I think you literally, that's all you said, and I was like, yeah.
Because I would have people on, you know, even from work and stuff, like, people I knew that would talk about video games. But I don't know, something about Matt just stuck. Don't know what it was.
Found it.
Now we're stuck.
April 23rd, 2015 is when I sent you that.
Fucking Dota. 2015?
2015, yeah.
That makes sense. It was like, 6 months after I started or so.
Yep. I'm going to read this for myself before I share that with any of you all, because I want to see what I said. And I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing I never published.
I don't know. Those reviews still on the site.
Good questions.
Yeah, thank you. And then great podcast and looking forward to future ones. Marie Claire, thank you. Appreciate it. Super appreciate your email. Along with Greg writing in to say, with Nintendo and Platinum's close working relationship over the last few years, and perhaps the pressure of Microsoft and now Sony acquiring studios, do you think Nintendo will purchase Platinum or at least pursue it? Thanks, Greg.
It'd be tough because they just said they want to
stay independent,
rein in their IPs.
Yeah.
Now I could see them having like that. I mean, they were just bought, but the Ratchet.
Insomniac.
Yeah, I could see them like having that
Kinda
Insomniac
long-standing
PS and PlayStation thing going on, where they seem to work closely, and to the point where people on a show about PlayStation, about becoming the tester, continue to think that they were a first-party studio.
Yeah, never forget.
But yeah, I could see that happening. But there's probably a caveat in the agreement where Platinum retains all the IPs at this point.
Yeah, I can see that. I know there's been some news stories this week about Kamiya responding to fans about wanting Astral Chain on PS4 and all of that. And
he was just like, it's whatever. I'm just doing whatever
I'm
told to do.
Yeah, this is what we got paid to do. This
I don't care either way.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, because, like, Bayo 3, just Bayonetta.
Bayonetta 2.
What happened with all that,
Yeah.
Like, that, with Bayo 2 as well. Like, that became, I mean, that's not Platinum.
Bayonetta 2?
Exactly.
I mean, Sega owns the property, but Platinum's the developer, and Bayonetta 2 wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Nintendo.
Right.
Publishing or co-publishing at the very least. Bayonetta 3 seems like it's all Nintendo. And then
you have Wonderful 101.
Yeah, right? Like, there's been a lot of Platinum stuff over there. And obviously the exclusivity.
That's Platinum?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then before they were Platinum, Clover happened.
Right.
And then you had the Nintendo exclusive, like the Clover 5 deal or whatever, which is where Beautiful Joe and Piano 3 and all that came from.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I can definitely see it happening. It doesn't seem like there's really any bad blood between them for that not to happen. But I wonder if Bayonetta the series is kind of like a red flag, maybe, of like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do something like that. Where?
What do you mean?
Well, because 3 and 2, right? They're exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna get them anywhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe they want it to be whatever they work on to be.
Oh, you're saying because
maybe every here and there in, like, I could see in a year Astral Chain coming to another console. Maybe. PC or PS4 like people might want.
Depends who published it.
No, oh, you know what? Nintendo published it because I remember that story from Platinum. It was an interview or whatever where they talked about the future of Platinum Games as an independent company and kind of doubling down on it and talking about how moving forward, Platinum has a couple projects in the works that are all new intellectual property, and that Astral Chain wasn't one of them. It was published by Nintendo, and Nintendo owns the rights to those characters. I remember that standing out because I remember being like, oh, well, that makes sense. Astral Chain got announced, and it's coming out. And it was like, yeah, but that's not one.
Well, then again, Platinum also did Star Fox Zero.
Yeah, Platinum, they were in a rut there for a hot second before.
It was that licensed game shit that just kind of
it was The Legend of Korra. Then they did Ninja Turtles.
It was
right around all then. Scalebound was announced and canceled.
There was the Transformers game, which I heard.
Yeah, but Scalebound wasn't. I mean, that was an issue.
The first one wasn't bad, but then the second one wasn't great.
Oh, is that what it was? It was the other way around.
You're one of them.
Yeah. But dude, I would laugh if Scalebound was Nintendo exclusive.
Well, there was that rumor that came out earlier this year when all that that buzz about Game Pass coming to Switch and Ori coming to Switch. It was that Nintendo had revived a dead, canceled project.
Oh, yeah, I remember that rumor.
Yeah. I wonder if it's Deadly Premonition too.
I wonder if it's Siphon Filter.
But, the one part of the question, at least pursue it. I 1,000% believe that conversation already happened.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Those conversations are always happening. You know what I mean? I'm sure that in all this partnership with Nintendo and Microsoft, somebody was asking about buying somebody there too. You know what I mean?
I mean, look, all it takes is one good game to break out. I'm sure Nier Automata did gangbusters.
That was huge. That saved Platinum is what.
Yeah, it moved that.
And I'm sure all it takes is one clunker, and they might have that serious talk again. Yeah. Like, I think that's why Quantic Dream is like.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the last two have not sold well. I'm sure Detroit did all right, but Beyond did not review well.
I bet you that Ellen Page sold just fine. I bet you sales numbers on those were better than you'd expect. Those games have some sort of weird cachet. Not weird cachet. You know, Heavy Rain was a big deal, but I bet you they did. I don't know. I would be surprised if they didn't do well sales figures wise. They were shitty, but you know. I think that's it. We hit everything? We hit everything.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, thank you for writing in. Podcast at thefreecheese.com if you want to hear your question right on the air. We like answering them. It changes up the flow of the podcast. We'll be back next week with more. But before next week, we got a show coming up. Speaking of 316, this Friday, the 13th, Hell on Earth is fully edited and uploaded, by the way. Ready to go. Ready to go. Man, I mean, after last month's events, with all of that darkness consuming our beloved Free Cheese Wrestling roster, if you will, it's up to Shao Kahn this month to put together a bill that could potentially change the future of the FCW.
Yeah, Shao Kahn came out at the end of why can't I never remember their pay-per-view?
Deception.
Yeah,
come on. Come on.
They all blend together at this point. Yeah, at the end of Deception, calling out Finn, the FCW allowed Finn to tweet out that he is going to let Shao Kahn book Hell on Earth. So this would be a Shao Kahn show.
It happened. Or it's happening this Friday, the 13th. 12:30? Sounds right to me, I'm pretty sure. What else we got? That's it, I think. Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. The Mark is at Og_mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. I am at The Free Cheese. Podcast at thefreecheese.com is the email address where you can tell us all the things. Ask us a question about anything. Shit, you learned about where we came from tonight. You learned why Mark doesn't like Breath of the Wild or sort of does, and why Jack Trenton has the world's largest dick. And that is it. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Thank you for writing in. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Did that backwards. Now I don't know how to close the show. Bye.